What is up? Shirotora 1979. Saw your video. Figured I'd make my own. Seeing as how you asked, anybody to, respond. It's like 4 in the morning where I live, and I can't get to sleep. So I figured I'll make a video, make another one. I figured I'd make mine. Why I am a pagan. I guess you could start off when I was a kid. I was raised in a predominantly Christian family, very predominant, and I was, raised as such for most of my life until, I was the kid that, would sit there in church, and, my church, we had little pew things, and these little pew things, there was a little envelope, I think it was like for donations or something, I can't remember now, but I was the kid that would, rip that up so it'd be like a nice big piece of paper now to fold up and draw on it. You know what I mean? And that was probably a hint right from the beginning that it wasn't for me. Just right from the beginning, it was just sort of a hint that it wasn't really catching my attention. Which I do have ADHD, but that doesn't really, I don't think that has to do with it very much. So yeah, there was a while that, I just kept doing that. And then, right around 8th grade or so, I don't know why. This is the funny thing. I knew in the context of the moment. I wanted to start just randomly typing pagan into Google and find out what I see. I forgot why. But the moment I did, I forgot. And I just kept studying, and I was like, this makes more sense to me than Christianity. Because I'm the guy that watches Discovery Channel all the time, and I see all these things, and it just sort of pokes holes in the theory. And I've researched on both sides, not just oh, there's so many flaws, but I've also researched this is the reason there are so many flaws. You know what I mean? I'm not anti-Christian or anything like that, if that's what you may think. But one of the that just helped add on, I think, a little bit. And then, as it just kept progressively going and going, irony of the situation was I was actually going out with a girl we'd been pretty serious, and it had actually been a year and a half into the relationship. It was about the time that I had started researching paganism, and I'd been doing, and she was Catholic. She was, a Puerto Rican girl, and just like how a lot of Latina families are all Catholic. Her entire family was Catholic too. And it just made me laugh, because even when I was an open Christian, it would still be, sort of, are you really a Christian? You don't seem like one, kind of thing, because I didn't fit that whole aspect of, this, I didn't fit that mold that happens in a lot of Christian-based communities, and I've noticed that a lot of the, Christian communities are really more about looks, and that's just my opinion, and it just happened in my area, so that just sort of pushed me away. Because I could care less what you look like, you know what I mean? And a lot of people were, I'd wear, my little sweatband that said, Metallica or AC/DC, and it'd be like, no, don't take that, you're in church, you know what I mean? And I was just like, why? I never got the idea of Sunday best, because, if you really needed to go to church, you probably wouldn't be wearing your Sunday best if you really needed church. The people that really need church have no Sunday best. That just kept going on, and back to my original, before the rambling started, back to my original thing, I started researching very openly, great, major rites, and minor rites and whatnot, and at first I considered myself a Wiccan. Considered myself a Wiccan. Because I feel that felt far more open to me, and I would use certain things such as there's a channel on this website called Magic TV, I think I'll post the link over in the left down there. I'll post the link thing right down there for y'all. If y'all want to, if there's any pagan buddies that want to check it out, it's pretty good channel, they have a lot of videos. I'd watch them when I first started to learn, and things like that. and I was all doing sort of hush hush while nobody's, you know, in the house kind of thing. I'd be reading this because I wasn't sure how to come open with it. And, you know, after about 5 or 6 months of studying, and I finally went to my parents and my mom, and I said, "Yo, this is what I can, you know, I can safely get behind this." And she said, "Well, you know, that is your decision." And we had this conversation about it, and it wasn't really too in deep. We still have not seriously talking about my religion, but it's sort of, you know, as a general respect thing. And, you know, as I was going out with this girl, I was studying more and more, and that, if anything, added more strain on our relationship, really, because it was just, you know, and it also opened up my eyes to the fact that, you know, if I do go down this path and what I really believe in, there'd be a lot of misconceptions. So I'll do wear my pentagram when I go to school. I put it under my shirt to avoid it. That, and it's a pentagram, and has a little red jewel on the top of it, and I live in an area where kids with their gang signs up in the middle of class, so I don't want to get mistaken as a blood, or, you know, get beat up by the Crips, or, you know, look like a blood and get beat up by the Bloods that know I'm not a blood, you know, things like that. I just want to avoid problems like that altogether, because I'm not in any gang. I do not want to be in gang-related situations at all. And, you know, I am very open about my religion when I can. I'm not gonna sit there and go, yeah, I'm pagan, and get this big, you know, argument started, because I live in Texas, and religious inequality in Texas is like trying to find tacos at a Burger King, you know what I mean? It's not really gonna happen. Or McDonald's, I don't know, maybe they do sell tacos at Burger King, I don't know. You know, it also went hand in hand with the fact that I was really starting to get into things that I actually thought about, you know. I actually started going off on my own, you know, in my own direction. That was sort of part of me coming out of the cocoon, if you will, and letting me just really openly. And then, you know, the more I hanged out with other people, I realized there are a lot of people that are, you know, pagans. You can't talk about it. It's very much a hush, hush, quiet, quiet situation. And, you know, the reason I am a pagan is because I just feel so spiritually connected. It's not, oh, you have to pray 9,000 times a day. Oh, it's not this or that. It's just feel connected. It is peace within yourself, with the earth, with the God and Goddess. You know, and it's not so much if you do this, you're going to hell. It's if you do this, you will get told not to do it anymore by the natural order of the world. You know, the threefold law, anything you do will come back to you 3 times as powerful. And so it's really, you can do whatever you want, but just realize whatever it is you do, if you do not amend your ways, it will happen. And it's not just, oh, I'll steal something and then I'll go do something nice. It's really, if you do something like steal, you have to know that it's going to come back and bite you. You need to accept that if you're going to do it. If you're going to do it, go ahead. But if not, if you don't want to accept that, then go ahead, then don't. There's enough bad energy in the world. You know, I'll do energy exercises, I'll raise up my power, I'll push it back down. I have an altar in my room, I'll pray and light incense and all that other good stuff. And it's a very, it fits my ideology, because I'm a social person. I'm a very social person. When it comes to the deal with myself, I like to just, everybody leave me alone. I enjoy, best way to put it, I enjoy my social time, but I also enjoy my private time. And being a solitary, you know, Celtic pagan, I can sit in my room by myself and pray, and it helps me feel one with myself. You know, and and you know, I've had both my grandparents die recently. That's also helped me through that, for the fact that I didn't feel so much as sad that they died. You know, I mean, of course, sad that they, you know, I wouldn't be able to see them, but I wasn't sad that they were dead. And I didn't really, you know, and that also helped me express myself even more. Timer's almost up. I figure I'd wrap up my video. This is my Cult of the Killers, why I am a pagan. Blessing the God and Goddess be to you all. Have a good day.